ma'am. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, or good evening to you all. I'm Nemuel Cajudo, and I'm running to be one of AB Samahan's Cooperative Cultural Affairs Coordinators for the 2018 to 2019 school year. San Diego State University has a diverse student population, and us as Filipinos reside among the many. The word Samahan translates to togetherness and unity. And we as a cultural organization in the college community strive to emulate these Filipino customs. Besides being the race of people who are known for being hospitable and make sure everyone is well fed with our popular foods, there is more to Filipino culture besides the stereotypes that label us. There is so much more to be explored. Even I myself crave for knowledge, for more knowledge regarding my identity. As a minority who is proud of my heritage, I believe that Philippine culture should be further integrated within the people of this campus. I chose to run for this position because I wanted a better sense of owning my identity, and I would be able to do so by being one of the club's facilitators for preserving and sharing our culture. It is for our fellow peers, if it's for our fellow peers, the school, or our community, I believe our culture should be shared with people outside of our in-group, since where we're located is multifarious. As one of the cultural affairs coordinators, delivering informative presentations, organizing events, and having a welcoming attitude will provide educational opportunities for others to have a better understanding of who we are as people. According to the club constitution, the main goal of the organization is to support educational enrichment and advancement of academic learning, and enriching the Filipino cultural awareness on campus and in the community. Again, this brings back the word samahan, or togetherness and unity. We are a piece of this diverse population, and we help aid to the cultural aspect of our society. As a Filipino cultural organization, we serve two purposes mainly. We welcome all who is interested in finding out what AB Samahan is all about, while further unraveling the lesser aspects of the Filipino archetype. I'm Nemuel Cajudo, and I want to bridge people to get a better grasp of the Filipino culture as one of next year's Cooperative Cultural Affairs coordinators. Thank you.
You'll be asked 2 questions from the current positions.
Hello. Please talk about one aspect of Philippine/Philippine American history that you are passionate about, and how will you share this to general members next year?
One topic of, one topic that that Americans don't know about about the Philippines, or about Filipinos in general, is like the history that they played in U.S. history. For example, colonialism or imperialism in the Philippines, how Americans came over to try and colonize the Philippines, and yet they've murdered many Filipinos, and they took advantage of many Filipinos, and that's not talked about in our history books here in the United States. As well as Philippine American immigration here in America, during immigration, as Filipinos were given opportunities to come here to have jobs, they were oppressed, they were taken advantage of, and that is still neglected in our textbooks today. And I can share that through our GVM and explain how how Filipinos were a main role, or not a main role, but were part of America's growth as the years went through, and how we're just underlooked.
So, if elected as co-cultural coordinator, what is something new that would you like to implement during your term?
Something new that I would like to implement is during GVM, we can have more cultural experiences. Maybe we can start off by probably buying some Filipino foods for GVMers to try out. Maybe that might be a little bit costly, but we can find a way to figure that out. Or we can have, you know how we would have Philippine Artist of the Week, and then you have trivia on that. We can also expand that idea, but as well as having a Philippine phrase of the week, or a Philippine phrase, or Philippine word of the week, and have people try to practice that and learn the understanding, and and again have trivia, and give them a prize if they remember what it means and stuff like that.
Thank you. Now you will be asked 2 questions from the audience. The first one is, often the issues and interests of the Filipinx Filam community are similar to those of other communities of color. How will you establish closer relations with the other cultural organizations on campus?
First and foremost, as co-cultural affairs coordinator, again, like I want to be that bridge between the community and us to share our culture. And I can like show up to their GBMs, I can show up to their events, and like probably talk with their executive boards and see if we can do probably potential collaboration events or just try to like support each other more and more, and like probably like we can gather people from our club to like go to their club, and probably if they invite us to like do things for their shows or events, then that involves like a culture, then we can do that.
Okay. And then your second question is, in the past, there were issues with communications between the COCOs, especially with different agendas. How would you resolve these issues while working with your co?
First and foremost, you shouldn't, or I wouldn't approach my COCO with hostility. It should always be composed, and as well as we should always present both points of views if we were to clash heads, and try to compromise like a solution that can fit us both, and as well as benefit the organization as a whole when making executive decisions.
Okay, thank you.